Hey friends, it's Lola and I'm back with another video. Sorry it's been a while, I've been traveling, that's why. How have you guys been? So for today's video, I'm gonna do a hair tutorial requested by one of my lovely subscribers. If you like the way I draw hair like this, and this, then stay tuned. This quick tutorial will be separated into two parts, sketching the hair and rendering the sketch. Okay, first we need a bald head and a reference. We're gonna figure out where the hairline's gonna be. Normally, the distance from the eye to the hairline is the same as the distance from the eye to the nose, like so. You would want to avoid it being too low like this or too high like that, unless that's what you prefer. Number 2, hair parts. In the reference, the part is in the middle and the hair will start there following these directions. And if the part is on the side, then the hair will be following these directions. You get the idea. Number 3, volume. You don't want the hair of your character to be sticking to the head. It makes it look very thin, like they only have a few hair strands. And it shouldn't be straight like a ruler because it would make the hair look very hard and stiff without any flow. So what I would do is sketching out the silhouette of the shape of the hair, leaving some space on the top as you can see from the head like this, and just roughly sketching out the shape. Remember, you want to think of hair as like bigger shapes or like group of hair instead of single strands, and just draw every single piece of hair, because you know, when you look at the hair you see shapes instead of every single strand of hair, if that makes sense. Now, after you get the basic shape or silhouette of the hair, you want to go in the detail and start sectioning the hair. This will make the hair not so flat and show that there are different volumes and layers in the hair. And if you're not familiar with drawing hair, I assume you're not, that's why you're here. So it's best to have a reference at hand and just following the reference. Now that we've finished the first part of this tutorial, let's move on to the shading and rendering part. On a separate layer, I used the lasso tool to select her hair and paint it with the base color. In this case, most of her hair is in the shadow, so I will be using the shadow color instead. I then used the hairbrush to start drawing the hair strands poking out, like the loose hair, you know, like to make it look natural and the hair looks softer like this. Think of it as a way of yassifying the basic silhouette of the hair. After that, I locked the layer and then using the soft brush, roughly painting the lighting of the hair. Now that the sections are very loose because everything is airbrushed, I would use the hairbrush to go into the details and start shaping the sections like how we sketched at the beginning. I would switch back and forth between the highlight color and the shadow color just to, you know, reshaping and fixing the hair section. And also using the smudge tool selected to the hairbrush and start brushing the hair along the direction of how the hair is flowing. Literally like you're just brushing your character's hair. On a separate layer, I picked the brightest color of the hair to start painting the highlights. I used the hairbrush to scribble along the direction of how the hair is flowing. And then I would use the smudge tool again and start brushing the highlights like how I brushed the hair. Now for the final step, I would color pick the brighter parts of the hair and start drawing a few hair strands here and there, mostly trying to get it to overlap the shadow part, just so it looks like there's some movement there and the hair is, you know, flowing. And if there's some area that's like looking too harsh or like there are too many hair strands there, you can use the airbrush and start smudging it to blur it out a little. I will also add some colors here and there just so it match with the reference or to just spice up the drawing. I know, like looking at it right now, it has like the blue thing on top, which doesn't make sense with the white background. So I'm just gonna paint everything else now so it's easier for you to visualize the hair in this kind of environment and lighting. But yeah, so that's it for the hair tutorial. Now it's just like a quick time lapse of me painting the rest. It does take a lot of time and a lot of practice, so please don't get discouraged when it doesn't turn out the way you want it. It takes me a very long time, more like almost 2 years, to be able to draw hair better or in a way that I'm happy with it. So don't rush yourself. The brushes mentioned are in my brush pack that you can find the link in the description below, or you can just use the Procreate standard brushes. They are quite similar but a bit harder to work with in my opinion, but I just wanted you to know there's a free option out there. If you have any questions, please leave it down in the comments below. I'm more than happy to help you. I know that my tutorials are not the best, so if there are any confusion, please let me know. I hope you enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!